Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news this morning, 2 tractor-trailer crashes causing backups for morning commuters. One is on I-440 in Raleigh, where steak sauce spilled all over the road. The other is on I-85 near Hillsborough.
And we have the potential for 2 rounds of severe storms for today and tomorrow. I'll walk you through today's threats coming up.
Former rivals of Donald Trump right now showing their support for him at the Republican National Convention. Their backing of the former president in a show of unity ahead of the election.
And a push to ban cell phones in Wake County classrooms. Why students say taking them away would do more harm than good. Big debate. Are cell phones in classrooms an asset, a learning tool, or a distraction? Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. We want to distract you from the heat by showing you this beautiful sunrise to kick off our Wednesday. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, thanks for starting your Wednesday with us. I'm getting laser focused on the change that is coming because we can see it. It's in sight now. Amy Wilmoth in the WRAL Severe Weather Center.
Absolutely. A huge pattern flip. We're going from dangerous heat today, the potential for some storms. The heat backs off big time starting Friday. That comes with rounds of rain. We do have this cold front that's headed our way, and that's going to stall over the area Friday, and that's why we'll have this steady flow of moisture and the potential for storms each and every day for the next 7 days. We have a level 1 risk today. It's from Wake County and points to the north. The biggest threat would be damaging winds. The other threat today, again, a heat advisory, again, for the area. The heat index could get up to 108 this afternoon. Hour by hour today, not too bad this morning, warm and sticky, but then it gets very hot, 97 the high. Storms start to arrive by the time we get to the evening commute. A live look at downtown Raleigh. It's an okay start. We're down to 79 now in Raleigh, so temperatures cooling off just a tad in the last hour. We did have a little bit of rain yesterday. There's a lot more to come. I'll have more on how much rain we could get coming up, Ken.
Amy, at 6:02, we continue to follow a couple of breaking news. A crash on I-85 this morning that really shut down part of I-85 this morning. We'll let you know how to get around that just in about a few minutes. We also have a crash on Wade Avenue on I-440. Again, we have a reporter on that scene. We have a live report coming up, and I'll let you know how to navigate that as we head into the morning this morning. But in terms of the big picture, we just want to let you know that all the major routes are delay-free around the triangle this morning, short of those 2 crashes we've been following all morning long. Here's a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Traffic flowing nicely in both directions.
It's been a mess in a couple of places out on the roads. Ken, breaking news this morning. 2 tractor-trailer crashes are causing backups for the morning commute. On I-85 in Orange County, there's a FedEx truck overturned right in the median there near US 70. And in Raleigh, a tractor-trailer carrying steak sauce spilled on the Beltline, leading not just to traffic delays, but a big cleanup effort as well. We start there in Raleigh with WRAL's Laura Levine right there. And Laura, those crews, what a task they have. I guess it's priority A1 to get that cleaned up.
Yeah, crews here in Raleigh, Jeff, are dealing with a very sticky and slippery situation. We're talking about this, 38,000 pounds of steak sauce and teriyaki sauce spilled on the highway. Take a look at what we're looking at right now. You can see the tractor trailer involved in this accident flipped on its side down the embankment. We've seen crews tossing the remaining jugs that they've had here on the scene onto dumpster trucks. We've also seen those DOT crews driving down the interstate, spraying it with water, working to clear this area. Crews first got the call just before 2 o'clock this morning about this accident. I can tell you the Wade Avenue inbound lanes near the on-ramp remains closed at this time. I counted about 3 police officers there blocking that on-ramp, making sure that we don't have too much traffic coming this way, but you can see cars are moving in and out of this. Again, a very fluid situation. 38,000 pounds of product spilled on the highway. The good news in all of this, the driver of the tractor trailer was not injured in this case. We're told no injuries, and it was just involving this tractor trailer. So right now we are working to learn what may have led this driver to veer off the highway. We do know that on-ramp here, if you've drove past this area, you know how it winds and it's a really tight curve. So again, working to learn more information about what led up to this accident. Still a very fluid situation out here. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Glad no one was injured there, but what a morning on the Beltline. We now go to Nick Perlin in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker for another crash, this one on I-85 near Hillsborough. And Nick, we know there was also a car involved in this crash with a FedEx truck.
Renee, crews have been working to remove that FedEx truck for about 5 hours now. And because of that, you can see this part of I-85 has been closed off while they've been trying to do that. And I got to tell you, traffic is starting to pile up. I do want to show you some video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker to show you what this crash looked like when I first arrived here. And you can see that tractor trailer toppled over into the median, and part of it even extending into the southbound lanes. Now, we do know from State Highway Patrol that 2 vehicles were involved. Obviously, that tractor trailer you see, and also one other car. We're still trying to learn more about injuries in this crash, but as of now, like I said, we're seeing more and more pileups here on I-85 northbound. So we're still working to find out when this will finally be reopened, because this is going to cause major delays for your morning commute. Once we have more information, I'll be sure to update you. Live in Orange County, Nick Perlin, WRAL News.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, a dump truck hit a Burger King on Avon Ferry Road in Raleigh. You can see the damage here right over the drive-through window. The calls came in around 3:50 this morning. There is some minor damage you can see in this picture here. Nobody was hurt. It is unclear whether this Burger King on Avon Ferry Road will be open today. School leaders in Wake County have picked Shaw University to be the new partner for the school system's leadership academies. The school board still needs state approval to make that official. The Wake Young Men's and Young Women's Leadership Academies don't have a permanent partner right now after a fallout with St. Augustine's University over its accreditation. The board's vote starts the process to fix that, starting in the 2025-26 school year. Students will attend leadership programs at Wake Tech until then.
Former President Donald Trump's pick for vice president will speak tonight at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. J.D. Vance appeared alongside Trump once again last night at the convention. Tonight, Vance is expected to formally accept his nomination. In his speech, it is thought he will focus heavily on his personal life story. Vance will then join Trump on the campaign trail for the first time at an event Saturday in Michigan.
2 of former President Trump's fiercest competitors during the primary season are showing their support of his nomination. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis quickly came back into Trump's fold after suspending his campaign. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley held out until much more recently. She accepted a last-minute invitation from the RNC to speak at the convention. The party hopes her endorsement of Trump brings in her more moderate supporters.
President Trump asked me to speak to this convention in the name of unity. You don't have to agree with Trump 100% of the time to vote for him.
The second day of the convention focused on rising crime in America. Many of the speakers focused on immigration and border security. Former President Trump will speak tomorrow after he officially accepts the GOP nomination. This morning on Today, Savannah Guthrie leads team coverage at the Republican National Convention. She's live in Milwaukee with a look at the biggest moments from the second night and a look ahead to tonight. Today starts at 7 right here on WRAL.
We're working to learn the name of a person who died in a motorcycle crash in Raleigh. This happened just before 7 last night. Both sides of Wade Avenue at Glenwood Avenue were closed as police investigated. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Police tell us the crash involved 2 vehicles and a motorcycle, and we're working to make calls to learn more about what happened there.
Covering Wake County, students in Wake County Public Schools say they need to have their phones in school as a group is pushing for a ban on them. People who want phones banned in classrooms addressed the Wake County School Board last night. They say phone usage in schools has led to distractions, lower grades, and poor mental health among students. One student who spoke with WRAL says phones should be considered more of an asset than a distraction.
Taking away students' resources for potential learning is very harmful to students. And while you could argue in some perspectives that it can be a detriment or a distraction to students, I would counter that in a way that the more resources students have to better their education, the more they can grow.
The school board did not comment publicly on the proposal. The parent who is leading the push says she hopes the board will vote on it soon.
The American League is back on top after the Midsummer Classic. This two-run homer by Jarren Duran of the Boston Red Sox put the AL up for good in last night's Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The American League beat the National League 5-3. Duran was named the game's MVP. It's the 10th win in the last 11 All-Star games for the AL. The NL's lone win in that stretch came in last year's game. Coming up in What's Trending, a look at the big stars who came out on the game's red carpet.
Researchers are taking a closer look at the site of the Titanic shipwreck. The work they're doing there today to learn more about what lies on the ocean floor.
Also, new details of the timeline of the attempt on former President Donald Trump's life over the weekend. What it is revealing about the actions of the gunman.
And I think everybody excited to see a map with blue on it. We'll have cooler temperatures, but that comes with the potential for some flooding. I'll show you when we expect the heaviest rain coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Amy Wellmuth in for Elizabeth this morning. You're looking live at downtown Raleigh. A little bit of cloud cover and it's already warm and steamy. We're in the 70s for our temperatures and for our dew points, and that just tells you that it's very sticky outside already. Dog walking forecast. It's better to do it this morning when temperatures aren't too hot. We have dangerous heat again this afternoon. A heat advisory in effect, 97 the high. The heat index could get as high as 108. So dangerous heat for today. It backs off a little Thursday. It really backs off as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's when high temperatures go into the 80s. But that's going to come with several rounds of showers and storms. I'm going to show you the days when we expect the heaviest rain coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Amy, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We continue to follow this breaking news that we've been following all morning. A couple of crashes that you see right there on your screen. On the left side of your screen, that's at Wade Avenue and I-440. The on-ramp to I-440 eastbound closed right now. An overturned tractor trailer that spilled a whole bunch of steak sauce. Right now, we're seeing that traffic is moving along on the belt line, so not really affecting the major route on the belt line this morning, but just that on-ramp to I-440 eastbound is shut down right now as they try to clear that scene. On the right side of your screen, that's I-80, that's 85 North there near Hillsborough. Two crashes involving a FedEx truck and a vehicle. Right now, they've got the northbound lanes completely shut down as they continue to work to move that FedEx truck out of the way. I would recommend using Highway 70 as an alternate route to avoid that whole area, but then I-85 North.
We have new information this morning that's giving us a better idea about how the gunman who shot at former President Donald Trump was able to evade security. Officials say the shooter came to Saturday's rally with a rangefinder, a tool that is similar to small binoculars. It is used by hunters to gauge distance. Since it isn't a weapon, security let him through. Officials think he then got a rifle from his car, and they believe he used an air conditioning unit to climb onto a nearby roof outside the security perimeter. Witnesses saw him and alerted police. The shooting started about 2 minutes later.
The opening of UNC's new surgical hospital is being delayed. The more than $420 million hospital in Chapel Hill was supposed to open its doors to patients this month. Hospital officials say a recent burst pipe and significant water leak damaged part of the building's backup electrical system. The hospital is now expected to open in late August.
A group of undersea specialists is now examining the wreck of the Titanic at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The organization that owns the salvage rights to the Titanic is leading this excursion. It posted to social media last night the boat arrived at the coordinates. No one is going underwater to visit the wreck. Instead, the team is sending remote vehicles and other technology to the ocean floor. This marks the first mission to the Titanic since the implosion of a submersible vessel last year that killed 5 people.
The start of the 2024 Olympic Games is now only 9 days away. This morning on Today, Simone Biles sits down exclusively with Hoda Kotb and shares how she's feeling heading into her 3rd Olympic Games.
Do you feel like you have something to prove?
I always say no, but I would say the only thing I have to prove is to myself that I can get out there and do it again.
And what do we think?
I think we're going to get the job done. I feel really confident.
Simone Biles with that lead.
This morning on Today, you can see more of that interview, including how Simone is determined to do things on her terms and how she has her eyes on redemption in Paris. Today starts at 7 right here on WRAL.
Thousands of people remain without power in Toronto after torrential rains caused widespread flooding. Emergency services had to rescue people from stranded vehicles after a series of thunderstorms Tuesday. Nearly 4 inches of rain fell in just a few hours. That's more than Toronto typically gets in an entire month there. Well, we are dealing with the heat here. It feels like a month we've been doing that. And Amy Wilmoth in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a look right now around town.
Yeah, big heat and storm threat for today, but things are all quiet right now this morning. Temperatures are warm. The humidity is high. It is 79 in Durham right now, 76 in Fayetteville. Beautiful sunrise in Raleigh where it's 79 degrees. Your exercise forecast for today, if you exercise outside, you just have to do it very early in the day. It is going to be very hot this afternoon. We do have a heat advisory again. 97 for the high, the heat index 107, 108, so dangerous heat today. And then storms arrive right during the evening commute. Here's a look at the pattern change. We've been talking about this. We're going from big heat to cooler temperatures because of rain. Low pressure, it's kind of stuck between two areas of high pressure, and that's going to bring us a steady flow of moisture from the Gulf, and that's going to mean for rounds of rain, but it also means a break in the heat. So there's some pros and cons here. The flood risk for today, and this is new. I was showing you this earlier. Today we weren't under a flood risk. Now we are. We're in the green today, so a marginal low-end risk for flooding today. Thursday, that goes into the yellow category, level 2 out of 4. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're back at a level 1 risk for flash flooding. So we have the potential for some heavy rain. A look at our rain totals potential day by day. And don't focus on the actual number. Just focus Saturday and Sunday. Those are the days when we expect the highest rain amounts. So maybe make some alternate plans for the weekend. We do expect widespread rain. In the map form for our forecast rainfall, anywhere from 2.5 inches to maybe 4 inches of rain. That's for the next 7 days. So it's going to be day by day. We're dealing with waves of showers and storms. On to the heat. I mentioned we have a heat advisory again today. We've actually had 12 heat alerts in the last 30 days, whether it's a heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. It's just been so hot, and I know everybody is done with that, and this cold front is going to help us out. It's going to move through as we head into Friday. Kind of stalls over the area over the weekend, and that's why we'll have waves of rain. But look at the blue. High temperatures are going to be in the mid-80s by the time we get to Friday. Beautiful weather watcher photos sent in from Tracy in Princeton. These are anti-crepuscular rays. A beautiful shot there. If you want to send us one, just go to WRAL.com. Dangerous heat and storms today. It's still hot with storms tomorrow. We still have storms for the rest of the weekend and next week, but look at those highs. That's nice. Highs back in the 80s, Ken.
All right, Amy, we continue to follow some breaking news. A couple of crashes that no doubt will affect your morning commute this morning. This one on 85 northbound involving a tractor trailer, involving a FedEx truck and another vehicle. They're working to clear that scene right now. And this is what those scenes look like right now. On the left side of the screen, that's the second crash we've been talking about this morning. This is I-440 eastbound. The on-ramp is closed right there at Wade Avenue. A tractor rig spilled, steak sauce all over that area. They're working to clear that scene. And you can see traffic is getting by on the belt line itself. But just remember that I-440 eastbound ramp is closed right now. There are detours in that area to help you get around that particular slowdown. On the right side of your screen, that's a crash on I-85 north near Hillsborough involving a FedEx truck and another vehicle. They've been working for the last 5 hours to clear that FedEx truck. There's one lane of traffic getting through on the shoulder of the road, but for the most part, the main lanes of I-85 north completely shut down. I would recommend using Highway 70 as an alternate route. That'll help you avoid that mess and get around there this morning. Back in the WRAL Traffic Center, boy, I got to tell you, all the major routes, other than the crash that we've been talking about, are basically delay-free this morning. We'll keep you updated in the next 10 minutes.
Ken, thanks. President Joe Biden is back on the campaign trail. The message he's sharing with voters in the key battleground state of Nevada.
And that flooding in Toronto we told you about is taking its toll on Drake's mansion. His viral video as floodwaters pour in. That's coming up in What's Trending.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
It looks like Major League Baseball may have its own version of Taylor and Travis.
Ken Smith here now with What's Trending, Ken.
Yeah, listen, star pitcher Paul Skeens and gymnast Libby Dunn were all over the All-Star game. They are supposedly the new power couple. Apparently that when the game started, they were focused on Skeens, and the cameras never missed a beat, focusing on Dunn in the crowd cheering him on.
Two things about this. One, the red carpet. They showed up and walked the red carpet. That's what they were wearing right there, the white suit. When did they start with this red carpet thing in Major League Baseball for the All-Star? I don't know. But they both met at LSU. They both went to LSU. So that's kind of neat.
They're both national champions, he in baseball and her in gymnastics.
Totally.
Wait, here's something else having to do with rapper Drake. He's feeling the effects of the major flooding in Toronto. Take a look at this video he posted to Instagram. It appears to show floodwaters pouring into his mansion. At least he has a sense of humor about it. He captioned this post, "This better be a special martini."
Certainly resembles it, but no, that would be 4 inches of rain in one day, and that's what's flowing through his 50,000 square foot mansion right now.
Oh, the damage.
Yikes.
Goodness.
Yeah, tough.
Ken, thanks. Downtown Raleigh has some new prehistoric art installations. Look at these. 3 Tapiri dinosaurs can be found around the city. Their names are Trish the Triceratops, Bex the T-Rex, and Terry the Pterodactyl. Trish is at the corner of Morgan and Fayetteville Street. Bex is at Moore Square, and Terry is at Exchange Plaza. This comes as the city celebrates the latest dueling dinosaurs exhibit that recently opened at the Museum of Natural Sciences. Got to go dinosaur hunting now.
Those are so cool.
Yeah.
A tractor-trailer crash caused a big mess on I-440. The work to clean up that spill on the highway after the truck overturned early this morning.
And we have a big pattern change headed our way. Temperatures really cooling off by the end of the week, but it is a stormy weather pattern. I'll show you the days when we could have some severe storms coming up.
Crews are still working to remove a tractor trailer on I-85 in Orange County. Coming up, the large pileup and what this looked like when we first arrived.